New Year's resolutions, are they bullshit or do people really stick with them? Find out.
You are now listening to the Fatties.
All right, we are back at the Fat Guys freaking podcast. All right, so what are we talking about today? New Year's resolutions. Do people really stick with them? My New Year's resolution was to lose 60 pounds of weight on January 23rd, and I'm still fat as hell.
But have you tried to do anything to lose the weight?
Actually, I have, Ruby. I actually exercise an hour a day and walk the dogs 2 hours a day. It's been 23 days. How come I'm not seeing results?
Well, obviously it's not magic, okay? Fat takes a while to come off. But what we want to talk about today is, do people make realistic resolutions, or do they actually make resolutions that everybody else does and they want to have a better life, but they don't really stick with it? What do you think?
Yeah, so that was my whole skit in the beginning, was really just that. I really didn't set a New Year's resolution for this year, and if it would be one, it would be that I had said I was going to start a YouTube channel, which I have. It's been my first 2 weeks on the camera, but just like that analogy I gave about losing the 30 pounds, whatever, in 2 weeks, like, it's not realistic. And it's a New Year's resolution. It's supposed to, I mean, you got to check in on it every now and then, but it's supposed to be a year-long commitment, right? Do you agree with that?
I agree. I believe it should at least be, 9 to 10 months? That's almost the year, not quite, but if you keep it for that long and you're starting to make changes, and by then you haven't made not one change to your resolutions, then it becomes BS. It becomes something that you probably you had the intentions of doing, but you didn't stick with it. So what was the point?
So I have a question for you. What's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution was to also with the YouTube. And I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, everybody's making a YouTube channel. Well, guess what? I'm another one. And I wanted to start adding more videos, but, I've been feeling really sick. And these are excuses. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But we're here. I'm trying. And as soon as I start feeling better, I'm going to start posting these videos. That was literally my only New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Was
to actually finally upload to YouTube.
And you uploaded one video, so that's a start, right?
One video, January 2020, people.
And that's a start. I mean, you could have just not done anything, but you did one, and any progress is progress.
Exactly. So if you're going to make New Year's resolutions, people, just make something that's not so far-fetched, that you're actually going to be able to change during this year.
So my friend said that his New Year's resolution is to save more money. Do you have any tips for him?
Yes. Now let's switch over on how to save money. So tip number 1 that I like to give people, and it's not that I may have a lot of money saved, but I like to give tips out, and one of those tips is don't go out to eat. A lot of people go out to eat. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I used to go out to eat and blow just about my whole paycheck, to be honest.
Same thing. Literally, if you go out to eat to a restaurant, even fast food has become pretty expensive. I think like my favorite meal at McDonald's is the Big Mac, and it used to be like $6 for a combo. Now it's like $7.99. So if you're doing that many times a week, you're spending like 40 to maybe $100 just going out to eat.
Dang, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. So don't go out to eat, people. Also, eat at home. Make meals. I know people say it's time consuming. Oh, I don't have time. I have kids. Okay. If you have kids, make a schedule. put them to bed around 8 and 9 p.m. The rest of the time, guess what? You make meals, you put them in the containers, and you put them in the fridge, and they're ready to go every other day.
What are some cost-effective meals that people can do besides sandwiches?
Besides sandwiches. All right, so, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You can do spaghetti. You can do, the veggies. Veggies can always go in the fridge. They're good cold. Rice. You can make a lot of rice and put them into containers.
Mm-hmm.
What else have I done that I like that's really easy? I like sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches are good.
Sandwiches are good. Even if you're just having some crackers throughout the day, you don't have to go out to eat every single day. Even on lunchtime. People don't take lunch to work. Where are they going? They're going out to eat, spending $8, $10 a day. That's a lot of money. It adds up.
Yeah. And I mean, all I have to add on to that is, as far as the New Year's resolutions go, like I said, I didn't have one. But a lot of people might have picked up losing weight. And that's a tough one, especially sticking. Everyone just wants to run out the gate, wants to come out the gate running is what I'm saying. And that was me right there. I would beat myself up whenever I missed just one day, one exercise. And like I've been working out 6 days a week, but if I miss a day or two, then I feel like I didn't accomplish anything at all. So anyone out there doing a fitness New Year resolution, just remember that it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember your successes. So, hey, I did good for 3 days. It's okay to take these days off. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to be lazy and just go ahead throw everything out the window. But if you do miss a day for whatever reason or 2 days, don't be so tough on yourself. Just take small steps, and it might even take you 6 months to make it a habit. So let's be realistic. It's not going to be in 2 or 3 weeks, especially when you're doing a hard-ass exercise like
Exactly.
max interval training, that insanity program, whatever. So just take it easy, do your best, and forget the rest. That's about it.
Yeah. And then back onto our topic about saving money. Also, I feel like a lot of people use credit cards. And the bad thing with credit cards is, they have a huge interest rates on most credit cards. And people like to use them for whatever reason on a daily basis. But what I always tell people, and I like to tell my own family, is if you can't buy it cash, you can't afford it.
If you can't buy it cash, put that shit back.
Exactly. But I get it, not everybody makes enough to be able to just live off their paycheck, and credit cards come into play, a couple times a month maybe for some people. But then you have the people that are driving a $600 payment car, truck, whatever you may have it, and then they're left without money for the month. Like, how does that make sense to people?
Dang, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Actually, I the only thing I'm thinking about is some, I'm not gonna say who showed her to me, but there's like this philanthropist person that is like, live a minimalistic lifestyle. You don't need all this stuff. Yet they're over there in their Range Rover showing it off. It's contrary to what you're talking about. And if you're going to talk about something, like, hey, live it. Live your own advice. I mean, it's easy even for me to fall back into the trap. Sometimes, as far as like YouTube, I tell my cousin, I'm like, hey, like, record yourself. Like, who cares? But on the opposite side of that coin, I'm arguing with myself as to if I should upload or not. So even me, I have that lazy side in me, and we all have it, but let's work together. Let's make 2020 our year. We can do things differently, but we're not going to get there by ourselves. So we don't need to give out advice and tell people what to do and live contrary to that. Let's live along with our people and follow our own advice.
Yeah, like, these are just tips. These are just things that I would, tell people to consider doing and stuff. But it is true. You don't have to live like right now that you were saying about, the philanthropist or whatever. Save money, do this and that. But yet, she drives a Range Rover and likes to show it off.
Yeah.
So, me too. I like to think I have a nice car, I guess. And I like those things. Those are things I like. But the difference is I'm not staying... I have money at the end of the month. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not like I don't have money. It's not that I'm paying my car and then, oops, I don't have money for my bills. No. Thankfully, bills are paid. I have the car. I pay the car, and I still have a little bit of money left over.
That's some good advice for our listeners.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the new Eminem album?
Oh, talking about the Eminem album. I didn't even know we were going to get to Eminem on this episode. We were supposed to save it for another episode.
Okay, you win. We won't talk about it this time. We'll save it for next time.
Yeah, so stay tuned, you guys. Episode number 2. We were totally talking about Eminem's new album because I think it's pretty fire.
I actually haven't listened to it. I think...
Well, listen to it, and then...
Yeah, my favorite rapper is Eminem, to be honest, but I love his first 2 albums so much. When I listened to anything after it, it was so disappointing. And I know some listeners feel the same way. If you feel like that, go ahead, comment in the comment section below, and let us know your thoughts on this new album.
And we'll read your guys' comments on episode 2.
Heck yeah.
All right, well, for now, this is Ruby out.
That's it?
Yeah. It's long.
I'll give you something long. Just kidding. All right, guys. That marks the end of our episode. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Peace out.